Hey guys, I'm Kyle Mylan. I'm here at IMTS Day 1 in the West Hall with Dormer Pramet. We're excited for a new unveiling of the brand, and we're going to be discussing their brand refresh and their promise to provide certainty at every turn. Next to me is Eduardo Martin. He is the president of Dormer Pramet, starting as the sales manager originally in Spain for Sandvik, and while it worked with many different functions and business areas around the world to finally become president of Dormer Pramet in 2022. We're excited to have you here on Bits and Chips IMTS edition. Eduardo, tell me a little bit about your background and your history.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to be here. So if I need to talk about myself, I think you have mentioned most of it. But I have been had the pleasure to work in 4 different countries. One of them has been here in the US, where I had the pleasure to live for almost 3 years. I live also in Sweden for another 3 years, in Italy for a couple of years, and of course in Spain, where I come from.
Yeah, wow.
I've been in Spain in 4 different regions.
Wow.
So I've been exposed to the cultural impact of the languages and also meeting people around the world.
All right. How did you get started in the industrial sector originally, going back to your roots?
Well, originally all started with my preliminary studies. So I went for an education that was mainly for machine tools.
Okay.
How to build machine tools. And that was the first time I got exposed to the cutting tools area.
How old were you when that
I
happened?
was 18 years old.
Okay.
Then becoming 19, I joined Sandvik. And originally I started as an apprentice in the workshop, running a CNC machine at that time, electronic CNC machine at that time. But right after I had the opportunity to move to quality, then I worked in special tools production, then I became a designer, then I became a product manager.
Wow.
I had the opportunity to work with R&D in Sweden, then promote products in the automation area, which at that time was a bit more complicated than today.
Yeah.
And thereafter I had been in sales, of course. I took the responsibility of one of the regions, one of the biggest regions in Spain and Portugal.
Okay.
Then I became marketing director for Spain and Portugal, then the managing director for Spain and Portugal. Then I moved to Italy as responsible for Italy, Spain, Portugal, and Middle East.
Wow.
Then I moved to the States as president for Americas. Thereafter I moved back to Europe as the head of global sales. And then since 2 years, I had the pleasure to join this wonderful division.
So originally, before you were 18, was it your upbringing or anything that got you to even think about going into this industry?
Now, to be honest with you, when I was at the age of 18 years old, my goal was to become a soccer player.
Okay.
A professional soccer player.
Okay.
Which I almost made it.
Wow.
I play in the second level of Spain, second division, for a while, but obviously I was not good enough. So when you are not good enough, you need to realize that and move on. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And then it grew up my passion for the cutting tools.
So was it just in the area where you grew up, where it's like, maybe I should go into this trade? Do you have any family friends or anybody, or was it?
Nope.
It was just a blind shot getting
it. Was well, I mean, as I said to you, when I started my studies, I wanted to do automotive.
Okay.
So how to repair engines, but then my attention got caught by the machine tool makers, the CNC machines, to manipulate them, the computerized aspect. It was a bit more attractive than to work with the hand tools.
Yeah.
And therefore I got caught with the programming of the machines at that time.
So it's an interesting story that you've literally worked your way up, done, I would say, almost every job function, right, in the company, learning the business to then make your way up to president, which I feel like a lot of people getting into the industry these days don't take that path of learning first. It's just they want to go straight into management, straight to be the boss. What did that teach you throughout that course of having different job functions in different areas?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you very much for that. Obviously, they have pros and cons. The pro is that I know a lot of things. I have been exposed to them. so I can empathize with the people while asking to do something. I may know what that means, what does it takes to do it. On the other hand, the cons is that as I know how it is done, and if you are a perfectionist, then may have some complications for the people around you.
Yeah.
But my recommendation to anyone is, if you have the passion for it, find out the right spot. I don't think there is a right way to go to the top. I mean, actually, obviously, I have been growing with the company along the years. My goal was always to keep growing, learn new things, and while focusing in here and now, I have been able to look for other experiences and other opportunities. But the most important is the here and now, but also very much so, and I tell to all my guys and everyone I have around me, to have fun.
Yeah.
To have fun in everything you do is crucial for your success.
So you've got a passion for learning, right?
Yeah.
And then being present in the moment and not planning too far ahead, but knowing that you want to continue to learn and grow within the company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the
let's talk about the Dormer Pramet's brand refresh.
Mm-hmm.
So explain to me, why was there a refresh and what is it about in 2024?
Well, I mean, Dormer Pramet was created in 2014. Thereafter, a lot of things has happened. We have had a great evolution in the marketplace. Now, when I took over this responsibility, we were analyzing what was our market positioning and what is it that we are aiming for, and we felt like now is the time to make a change in the branding as per se. So we need to communicate broadly to the audience what is it that we are aiming for, what is our vision. We do care for manufacturing, and that has to be reflected in our brand, and therefore we thought that it would be the best to fresh up the brand.
And how much I know that branding a company or changing a brand can take a lot of creativity and time. Was it a similar process, or did you guys know, hey, I know what we want to do, we want the brand tagline to be this? Was it a simple process, or?
No, I wouldn't say it was a simple process. And by the way, I would like to thank to everyone involved in this difficult process. It took a lot of time and dedication, but I think it was impressive to do it in a short period of time, even though it took a lot of time. But the dedication and professionalism of many of the people involved has made us to make it reality now.
And today at IMTS Day 1, this is the unveiling of it, right? Nothing's gone out ahead of time.
Yeah.
So how excited are you for new people and familiar people to come up and ask questions about the rebranding?
Well, actually, we are aiming for it. We would like to have feedback about it. Hopefully, we will get the goal that we are aiming for. We would like to bring the certainty in every turn to our customers, to our stakeholders, to our employees, to the family of our employees. So I hope that they will notice in everything we do that something is moving into a better direction.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Certainty at every turn. What does it mean for your customers and for your employees?
You know, we come from the simply reliable mindset.
Yep.
So certainty and every return is an evolution of it. So we would like to bring security, stability, commitment, compromise, and of course, at the end of the day, we would like to take care of our customers. So if they are doing good, we will do good.
Yeah. And what's Dormer Pramet's goal for the future? Let's look at the next 1 to 3 years. What's a good milestone that you guys are trying to go after?
Well, the main milestone is to be recognized by the marketplace as one of the leaders in an area that we are aiming for. That is not the premium one, but be recognized as one of the top firms in the cutting tools industry.
Yeah. Is there something specific, because there's such a vast range of cutting tools, so many different people in the space? Is there one specific area where you feel like you guys excel the best at when it comes to the products or the categories or industries?
Well, I mean, certainly today I could tell you that where we exceed is in the support we provide to our channels. I think we have been working with them for many, many years, and we have a great reputation in Americas, as an example, where we have our brand PTD, or India, where we have Miranda, or Pramet in Europe.
Yeah.
So definitely what they experience with us is that we are reliable, we are there for them in case of need, and we provide good enough products. The quality of our products is really, really good, and we can repeat the business with us over and over again.
Yep. What influence has Dormer Pramet had on the industrial space, and how do you continue influencing the industrial space?
Yeah, our goal to influence in the industry is we have to take care of aspects of sustainability, as an example. Today, if you look at the booth, you will see that we have introduced a recycling program.
Yep.
We take care of that. We are really committed with the plans 2030, 2035, moving forward. We would like also to be more innovative than we have been till today. We would like to introduce new products and new ways of machining and supporting our customers. The needs of our customers are having an evolution. The level of competition is increasing. So we would like to let them know we are there to support them in their journey.
Yeah. So it's a constant evolution. You guys aren't just saying, hey, this is what's worked forever. It's things change. You guys are changing with them, adapting products, technology, reinvesting back into the business,
Exactly.
right?
That's the way to do it.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, or me stopping by here to talk to you about the new unveiling. We're going to meet with a couple of the other Dormer Pramet employees, and we'll let Eduardo go for right now. Thanks, Eduardo.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
All right, guys, I'm back, joined with Oliver Sachs. Oliver is the VP of Global Sales and Marketing, and Oliver has been in the metal cutting industry for more than 20 years. Thanks for joining Bits and Chips live at IMTS.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me, how did you get started in the metal cutting sector? Go way back.
Yeah, a little bit funny story. Actually, it's back to when I was 15 years old, because during the summer break, I was looking for a job, and close to our house we had a small chop shop with two big lathes, and they were looking for somebody to clean the chips. So I got that job, a couple hours every day cleaning the machine, with getting the chips out.
Yeah.
And I guess this is how the virus about metal cutting came to me. A little later, I decided then to start my trainee program when I finished my school, and started with a German-based cutting tool company, and have been working with them for 13 years. All kind of roles: sales, marketing, product management, and and my last 6 years, actually, I moved to the customer side. Learned about what does it mean, a cutting tool for a customer.
Yeah.
And and actually a year ago I joined Dormer Pramet with the Sunveil Group, which was a dream of myself to be always at one point part of the Sunveil Group, and now I'm here and leading the sales and marketing organization.
That's great. That's great. What are some of the challenges that you faced since you've been in the industry for so long? You've seen progression of technology, new players in the space, different regions getting more involved throughout the world.
Yeah.
What type of challenges have you seen?
Well, a key challenge really throughout the last 10 years, I would say, is skilled labor. We are having a big challenge in the Americas, in Europe, a little bit in Asia, to find skilled labor. Our customers have the challenge, we have the challenge, and with this, I believe the concept of transferring our information to our customers in an easy, usable way is becoming more and more important and critical. But to me, that is the key challenge we have to overcome: a skilled labor and a gap of skilled labor in our industry.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that's across all industries continues to be the issue, because the younger generation wants to go after the software and the cool, shiny stuff.
Right.
But I feel like if we continue going with the progression of the industry and get as much exposure as possible, eventually the youth will become more involved, because it's just like we heard with Eduardo, you get, just like yourself, you get into the industry and you stayed in. And so it's like you said, you got the virus, you got the bug for it.
Absolutely.
What experience or milestones do you feel like have shaped your career? Because how long have you been in the metal cutting space?
Well, I started in 1998, so it's a little bit more than
26 years.
26 years, yeah. Well, I would say from the very beginning, I was always part of global organizations. And I had always the pleasure, to work with global teams. And with this, I was also allowed to spend some time here in the US, and also to work some time in China. And a key learning for me was that we have to be open to different approaches for the challenges. So this was some key milestones I learned in my life, that it's not the one way which is always working the best way for us. And especially in our industry, there are different approaches in Asia and in the US, and also the way how we transfer the technology, how we use the tools, and how we actually gain a competitive edge for the customers, we're doing it in different ways. And just to be open-minded for it, I think that is a key learning I had throughout the years. And with this, the constant change and adapting to this constant change of our industry and our end markets is something which continues on, and we just talked about it. New technology is coming in, different coating technologies are coming in. So we are on a continuous flow of change, and adapting to this, I think, is really key learnings for me in this industry.
Yeah, so back in '98, when you were cleaning chips off of the machines, did you think at that point, hey, in 26 years, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I want to be?
No way. No way. But it triggered something in me. When I was there, I was really feeling, how can it be that you can cut metal like butter?
Yeah.
And then to learn how you can increase the productivity just by changing from one tool to the next tool, changing the program parameters. Of course, I was not running the machine, but I saw it, and that was an inspiration for me, and still is. And the steps which we are doing in our industry every day are huge, are big steps, and transferring that over to our customers and giving them a chance to learn and grow together with us, I think that's a big pleasure for me. I love it, and that's why I'm in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back to the late 90s, early 2000s, and look at the evolution of not just the cutting tools, but the spindles, the CNC machines, the software, everything that goes into it, it's like, how did we do it back then and not realize that? And we're going to be saying the same thing in 30 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna be looking back and be like, we thought that was good, good innovation. Now we've got these all these new things going on. How does sales and marketing fit in Dormer Pramet's new era?
Well, I would say there is a key element which I call customer centricity. To me, this is our navigation, how we work in sales and marketing in Dormer Pramet, and do all the things with a customer-centric mindset is a key change, and just putting that in the center of our doings every day, because we have all these interactions and put those needs and requirements really into the daily way of thinking and working. I think that is how sales and marketing plays a key role in it.
So you guys are solution orientated, right? So centric meaning about the center. So really putting the customer in the middle and then developing solutions around what their needs are.
Exactly.
Do you guys go through, is there any specific process that you guys have from once you get a customer, or asking them questions about once you get into their shop about other areas or technologies that they need assistance with?
Right.
How do you guys go about doing that?
Well, this is another amazing thing of this industry. I believe the innovation is driven, of course, by us with Dormer Pramet, but we also learn a lot from our customers. The customers talk very openly about their needs.
Yeah.
And the base of the discussion with them is most of the time that they have to create a competitive edge in their environment with their customer. Just look into their process, the process of the customer. This is the moment you can also start to optimize a tool or a solution for the customer. And the guidance is always given by the customer. They tell us if they need to drill a hole and do a tap in one application, or they tell us if they want to go with a higher feet per tooth, or if they want to increase the cutting speed. And so I would say we are listening very carefully to those customer needs and adapting our products in that way that they are easy to use and really fulfill those needs of the customer. Yeah. So I would say innovation around great technology, coating, manufacturing process is our end, but what are the needs is coming from the customer side. They are telling us, and we bring that together. So you guys
are blending. Your own team is already thinking, how can we push the limits with this technology? Exactly. And then your sales team is listening to the customers, and they're saying, I needed to do this, this, and that. Then they combine those two teams together.
Exactly.
Here comes new products that are coming down the pipeline.
And then you really generate something what is easy to adapt, easy to use. The customer immediately recognizes the value for him. Yeah. And I think that's a big differentiator, and that's customer centricity.
Yeah. And how much excitement happens on your side when you do solve that problem and you've got that product that you know the market has been looking for, and now you've got the opportunity to show it off?
You know, we just started about 6 months ago to share best practices and proven solutions in our team, and it's so interesting when we have a win, when we are helping a customer and the customer actually wants to share with us how he improved his productivity. So we put it together and we share it with our global team. We share it with our manufacturing units, and actually it's pumping up our team. They really are excited about it, and we share and we celebrate those successes together, and and that makes the difference. That makes Dormer Pramet.
That's awesome. What are some frequently asked questions from customers, and did they provide any role in the refresh of the brand?
Yeah, absolutely. Customers constantly asking, that we have to help them to become more competitive. And one of the key elements, and this is back to the beginning of the discussion about skilled labor, is easy to adapt products. Customers do not have the time anymore to look too long on how to use a product. they need to rely on an easy-to-use product and good, high-quality application data so that they can immediately bring it to their spindle.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the key changes we are doing also with this brand refresh right now, that we put that into the center.
That's great to hear. Because a lot of times when companies go with a brand refresh, if they're not thinking about the customer as a central point, it's somewhat one-sided. It's what do we want it to be? But as you said, you guys being customer-centric, it's about their needs. How can we service them? Let's change the brand to match what we're providing them, which is certainty at every turn.
Absolutely.
What does it mean for product availability as far as certainty of at every turn?
Well, customers of Dormer Pramet can be ensured that they always have access to a high-quality product, and at the same time that we are always aiming to improve their competitive edge. So this is a clear message. That's what I understand under certainty at every turn. Having a reliable product, always we make sure they always have a high-quality product, and the aim what we have with this product is to increase their productivity. And that's, for me, certainty at every turn for Dormer Pramet.
That's a great way of saying it. It's like you've been doing this for a while, right? All right. Well, Oliver, thank you for joining us today. And I appreciate you guys letting us come into your booth and talk to you about your new brand and your brand refresh. We're going to take a short break before we go into our next guest. Oliver, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Take
care.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right, guys, we're back at IMTS Bits and Chips live at Dormer Pramet's booth. Today we've got Mikael Lovbald.
You do great.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was good.
And he is the VP of Product Development and R&D, and he has been in the industry for 26 years, started his journey working with strategic business development and project managers for Sandvik. Thank you for being a guest today, and I appreciate
Thank you for having me
joining
here.
us. So tell me, how did you get in the industrial sector?
Well, it was an easy way in, if I put it like that. Coming from Sweden, coming from the hometown of Sandvik, I'm actually the second generation in the company. My dad worked as a development engineer.
Okay.
So back then, 30 some years ago, that gave you a little bit of a easier way in for summer internships and stuff like that.
Yep.
And one thing led to the other, and it was quite nice for me as well, coming with a business administration background, to get into an industrial company. Even though my father worked there and everything, I knew it quite well. There was so much new I could learn there, so
Yeah.
it was great to get in there. So I've been stuck there ever since.
So even when you were a kid, you're already exposed to this industry through your dad.
Early childhood memories of ships being produced.
Yeah.
So that's great. It's something that always brings back warm memories for me.
What are some of the challenges that you face in the metal cutting sector?
I think the challenges have been that the industry has shifted a bit. I mean, if I look back, it's now quite a few years, right?
Yeah.
So when I came in, it was all about getting the products to perform higher and higher. And that's still a big part of the game today. But over the years, the stuff that you can offer around the product has become so much more. The people that can deliver the knowledge around the product, the way that you can convey information around the product and how it should be used. These things have become a lot more interesting and valuable to our customers, actually. Because, it's not so easy to apply the products in the correct way and get the most out of them. And I know that many of our customers are struggling to find competent people with the right experience that can just go in and do the job. Often they need to be trained, and the easier that we can make this transition for them, the better and the more value we can bring to our customers.
Yes.
So I think that has been a big change in the industry, actually, and for us.
Yeah, so less focus on just let's make a product, push it out to the market. It's more let's advance our technology, offer up solutions like Oliver was talking about, but then circling around what other areas you guys have to support.
Exactly. In order to stay relevant, you really need to expand your offer and provide more values. The product is a ticket to play.
Yeah.
Really, you have to have great products.
It's like the entry point, right?
Exactly.
Everybody assumes your product is great.
Yeah, exactly right. So we need to make sure that we push our technology to stay ahead in the game, have at least as good performance as our competitors, and most of the time better. But then we need to offer all these things around the product as well to stay relevant and to make sure that we bring value to our customers in a good way.
Absolutely. Is there any specific challenges that throughout your career at Sandvik that you faced that you felt were key points, key highlights? You faced a challenge and then had to overcome it.
I think for me, once again, given the background and training that I have, coming into this role was a big change for me. Going much more into the technological aspect of our products and our offer, and really having a very steep learning curve in that aspect. Luckily for me, I have a very competent team around me of people that really can make up for the things that I lack. But I guess that's part of being a manager as well, right?
Yep.
So I think that was one of the key aspects. Another one has been, I think, for Dormer Pramet, as well as many of our competitors as well, this transition into a much higher digital content. Not the home ground for me, not the home ground for our companies as well, but where we have invested a lot of effort, a lot of money, and I think we are now at the stage where we can present some really interesting solutions to our customers. And one of the things that we are introducing here is the data matrix. So where you have a QR code that is unique for every tool.
Okay.
Not only for the type of tool, but for the individual tool. So you can track and trace your individual products And for our customers, that means that they can add information to the product as they use them. So if you have used a milling cutter for 10 minutes, or the inserts 10 minutes or whatever, you can add that into the app, and it ties it directly to that product.
Wow. I mean, that's definitely some new technology. So you guys are trying to track the wear and the life of the tool as well as provide.
We don't want to do that for the customer.
Right.
We want to open up the ability for our customers to do that. And then we can provide unique information about the tool. We can provide when was it produced, how was it produced. We can make a much tighter quality control as well when you have this individual tracking and tracing as well. So those are values for ourselves and values for our customers. So that's what we're trying to do. And then we're building this up as well. I mean, this is an enabler that we're putting out there, individual tracking and tracing. And then we can build new services around that brings value to the customer as well.
How did your team come up with that, or you guys come up with that idea to go down that path? Was it just building on something that you already had and said, hey, let's track it at the individual tool level? What was that initial conversation like?
Yeah, it came very much from the teams within the group. And we were saying that, I mean, we could see that this was a technology that was available, but no one had really put it on tools before. And then it starts emerging and you start thinking creatively around, but okay, if we can do this, what can we do with it? And then, R&D engineers, they tend to be quite creative, right? So a lot of wild ideas, some we are introducing right now, some will come down the line. And then there's a bunch of stuff that we have scrapped as well. Usual R&D process.
So besides the data matrix, what are anything else new that you feel like is coming with this brand refresh? Is there anything else that's new?
Well, if I take it from a product perspective, I mean, we are really continuing and pushing new products into the market right now, and we are accelerating in that aspect. I think what you will see coming out from us in the near future is new milling solutions. This is one of our strengths, to be honest, especially in the roughing and semi-finishing area. We've been very strong and very successful. We continue to build in that. We also introducing new grades in some of the key application areas. We have already introduced several new grades in the P-turning area. We will be continuing to do that. We also have new generations coming up in cast iron turning, and the same thing within the milling area and the grade development there as well. So quite a lot coming up, actually. Not to talk about the round tools that we are also developing a lot as we speak.
So what does certainty at every turn mean on the product side? Like in your teams, when the new branding came out, you guys were talking about this is going to be our new phrase. What does it mean on your day-to-day?
Well, for us, this becomes extremely important, actually. And I think our product has been a key driver for turning towards this certainty at every turn as our sign-off and our promise. Because we work relentlessly with the quality of our products. And I think, I think that this is something that sets us apart a little bit. We are very consistent in our quality, and that doesn't come by itself. We need to continuously develop our technology in order to be more precise, in order to be able to do more checks, and to take it through the full manufacturing process. So I think that aspect of quality and consistency, I think that has been one of the key drivers for us going down to the certainty aspect of our brand promise.
No, that's great. Guys, if you have questions or want to leave comments, put them in the comments section below. We'll throw them up on the screen. We're going to take a short break and let him get back to answering all the questions from this booth activity and bring out our next guest.
All right. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Kyle.
man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
floor at Dormer Pramet, and I brought a special guest, the specialist of guests, especially today, talking about the unveiling of the new brand, Amaya Albasu, who is the VP of Communication and Global Branding.
That's right.
So she is the reason, and her team, for all of this excitement about the new brand. So walk me through, why did you guys change the branding, the messaging, and what was that process like?
Yeah. So, hi. So we started this process around a year and a half ago. Actually, I joined the company a year and a half ago, and I think this was my mission. We have been moving from our tagline was being simply reliable. So simply reliable towards our customers. We are very much focused on the mid-market, and therefore we wanted to deliver the promise of reliability.
Yep.
However, we are evolving into becoming a lot more customer-centric. Customer centricity is very important for us, and we really want to take all our business decisions based on what the customer needs and the customer wants. And therefore, there was a natural step moving forward to delivering certainty. So becoming customer-centric for us really meant delivering certainty at every turn, meaning every day and anything that we do, make sure that we have our customers' trust and that we can really engage with them as a team and develop something together.
So what was that process like internally? So you come into this company, new job, and you're like, we're going to change the branding.
That's right.
Walk me through that.
Yeah, so it's taken like a year and a half, as I said. We started with a lot of research. So we wanted to see what did the customers think of us as a brand before. We started looking as well. We have several brands, master brands, sub-brands in different regions at a global level. So we wanted to understand, is this the best way to serve our customers? So we spoke with a lot of customers. We spoke a lot of internally as well. We had a lot of different focus groups. And then we could clearly see that the simply reliable message that we used to have had to evolve. And at the same time, we had the Dormer and the Pramet established as two very different brands for different product categories. And we realized that both for our customers, but to move forward into the future, it would make a lot more sense to combine them together into one global master brand. Of course, I'm saying this now in a minute, but this took months and months of discussions.
Right.
You know, people agreeing, disagreeing, and so on. We try to do the process in a very data-driven way, because I think in branding there is always opinions of I don't like this color, and so on. So we really wanted to take the customer needs into account. We reached the conclusion of what the brand architecture should look like. So combining the Dormer and the Pramet into a Dormer Pramet master brand and building on all our efforts into that. And then leaving two sub-brands at regional level. So one is Precision in the US, and another one is Miranda for the Indian market. And then we defined what would be the colors that would appeal, because we wanted to change the look and feel as well. In terms of colors, we did a lot of archetype analysis, meaning what kind of brand personality do we want to be? And based on this, of course, we also look at competitors. How can we stand out? How can we differentiate from what we looked like before? And then we came up with this orange and light blue as the new color palette. And then, this evolved also in our communication message, depending on our brand behaviors and so on and so on.
So how excited are you now that all that work has been done, getting everything set up with a new brand, day one, releasing it to the public?
I think it's amazing. I think it's been a long journey, a lot of hours of work. I think the team behind it has worked, a lot. In a lot of discussions with different stakeholders in the regions and the customers and so on. The feedback we've gotten so far has been fantastic. Internally, I think we have been doing a really good job bringing everyone in the journey with us. So it's not just that, from the management or from somewhere in the organization, you choose, this is our new brand promise, these are new colors, but we really have been engaging with everybody on the journey. And from the customer perspective, I think our biggest fear was going to change the packaging. But we have some packaging mock-ups here that you can see. And I think so far, we've made the packaging sustainable, which was a big effort in terms of our new branding. And so far, the feedback has been really good. So it feels great.
That's great to hear. So, what can customers expect in regards to the communication with the new branding?
So I think, as I said earlier, we want to become very customer centric. We do a lot of analysis every time that we interact with a customer at any given touch point. How do they feel about the experience with us? How is their customer satisfaction? And therefore, we put a lot of effort in listening to the customers and really reacting to it, rather than us internally trying to push the message out. So we want to develop a conversation rather than just us pushing something.
So less of square peg in a round hole. You guys said, what do our customers think of us? What do they want? What does it mean to them?
Exactly.
How can we service them? And then even getting the internal teams buy-in to where everybody's pushing towards it. It's not like you said, one person at the top saying, this is our new brand, guys. These are the colors I picked. You really empowered everybody to come together and be unison in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's gonna mean more for the people that are out there selling, marketing it, doing it every day.
Absolutely, because I think a very important part of the journey is actually to make ambassadors of all of us towards the new brand. So I think the buying process and the understanding why we have taken the decisions we've taken was very, very important.
How excited were you to come on LinkedIn Live and YouTube Live to talk about this?
I know
you were trying to jump into the first spot, and I said I have to do Eduardo first.
That's right.
So I know that you were so excited. One last question before we let you get back to running this whole booth. What does certainty at every turn mean for the brand?
Yeah, so I think the word certainty is very important in the sense that no matter what we do, whether it's in finance with our invoicing, in logistics delivering our product, in the product itself, we deliver with certainty. We deliver the same day in and day out, I think you say. So we are, it's not just reliable. You can count on us as a brand to engage with us and to really have this certainty. And the turn, of course, we played with the words, but in the one hand, in our business, of course, the products are turning. So that was very smart.
Yep.
But every turn, of course, means also every day in everything that we do. So the customers can count on our expertise to deliver this certainty.
Well, I'm so glad I get to close out this morning's episode with you. The brains and the leader behind pushing all this with your team, with everybody involved, all led by Amaya. What's something that this week, what are you most excited about this week that has nothing to do with the show?
I think I love American food.
Okay. Is there any specific type of food?
Yeah, I love actually Mexican food, but in the US, you guys make it really well.
Okay. You're going to have to come down to Texas and try our Mexican food. It's different.
Actually, I would love to. I've never been to Texas.
Okay.
So, no, I think I like being in the US. It's very different. I come from Spain, so very different experience. And I think everyone is so friendly. It's really a pleasure to be here. So I just want to enjoy the week.
Yeah.
In the booth, but also outside.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, guys, that wraps it up for Bits and Chips Live at IMTS, closing out with Amaya. Be sure to stay tuned tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday for more content. Hit the follow button on the Dormer Pramet page. And be sure that you're attending those events for the next 3 days.